How much of your nest egg is it safe to withdraw in retirement? In today's episode, we're going to address how much income as a percentage of your nest egg is recommended to withdraw per year during your retirement. Welcome back to Your Compound Coach. Today, we will be assessing American Retirement 1.0 and how it has prepared current retirees for retirement. What is the 4% rule? Some of you may be familiar with this arbitrary rule, but for those of you who are not aware, allow me to give you a crash course. The 4% rule originates from Trinity University, where in 1998, 3 finance professors published a paper proclaiming that 4% was the most practical distribution of income from an asset funding retirement. This theory gained the informal name of the TrinityStudy, and the 4% rule has become widely accepted as the most sustainable approach to income distribution in retirement from financial-based retirement plans. These 3 Trinity professors came to this conclusion based on a variety of variables, one being that the portfolio needs to last 30 years. This 4% rule is meant to apply to the mainstream retirement vehicles at the time, such as 401ks and IRAs, or as I like to call them, vehicles of American Retirement 1.0. So why would I call it that? Check out this graphic. In this graphic, I want you to pay attention to the $1 million nest egg example. This nest egg is showing that it will produce $40,000 of sustainable income per year from that $1 million. Now that's $40,000 of income before it's taxed at the individual's current tax bracket. This is also before considering the management fee that hits the account as well. The management fee would be at its peak when the nest egg is at its peak. This is what the 4% rule would dictate as a sustainable income amount to withdraw. Yikes. Are you making more than this? Would you be making more than this with inflation? If you are, then that means even with your current $1 million nest egg, you would be downsizing in retirement. Now, if you wanted to withdraw more income than $40,000 from that $1 million nest egg, assuming you're above 59.5 to avoid access penalties from these accounts, you could do so. However, the account would sustain the amount of income for a shorter period of time, putting you at risk of outliving your money, a fear many seniors face today. This is a problem that many seniors face, and it is becoming an increasingly serious issue for our aging Americans. So what changes are being made? How is the 4% rule performing now? Have things developed or changed over the last 20 years since the 1998 study? Well, let's fast forward to today. According to a recent CNBC article, given market expectations, the 4% rule may no longer be feasible for seniors, according to a paper published Thursday by researchers at Morningstar. These days, the 4% rule should really be the 3.3% rule, they said. As you can see, these investment products, the beacons of American Retirement Strategy 1.0, are distributing below 4% due to the current market conditions. The article goes on to say, for example, using the 4% rule, an investor would be able to withdraw $40,000 from a $1 million portfolio in the first year of retirement. However, using the 3% rule, that first year withdrawal falls to $33,000. Again, keep in mind that this is before the tax-deferred portfolio is taxed, and it does not include the account's management fee, which on average is 2.2%. How did this happen? It's because the innovation of American retirement is still underway. It's not an exact science. We require a new approach for sustainable retirement income. Even if the 4% rule worked as planned, it would carry for 30 years in the best case scenario. Americans are living longer, and our retirement assets need to be designed to go the distance. American Retirement 1.0 brought us investment-based products that sprint, run, jog, and then walk in retirement, bringing us to a now recommended 3% distribution. There's something wrong with that picture, and people are just now starting to find out. Can you imagine being a senior today and just now learning what kind of income your account can sustain? How would you feel if your retirement account, instead of walking in retirement, was sprinting and performing at its best ever yields? Enter American Retirement 2.0. Enter an asset that harnesses compound interest so adequately that the more time you give it to grow, the more retirement income is waiting for you on the other side. This is the inverse of American Retirement 1.0. This is walk, jog, run, and sprint into a long and fruitful retirement. This is your compound coach signing off, and remember, always be compounding.